In the previous class, we have learned about major physiographic divisions of our country. They are the Himalayas, the Indo-Gangetic Plain, the Peninsula Plateau, the Thar Desert, the coastal plains, and the islands. In these six, we have learned first three major physiographic divisions. They are the Himalayas, the Indo-Gangetic Plains, and the Peninsula Plateau. These three we have learned in the previous class, and today we are going to learn about the fourth major physiographic division of our country, that is Thar Desert. So, there is only one desert located in our country. The name of the desert is the Thar Desert. This is also called the Great Indian Desert. Already you know where is this Thar Desert? In our country, this Thar Desert is located on the leeward side of Aravalli Hills. So, where is Thar Desert? Thar Desert is situated, or Thar Desert is located on the leeward side of Aravalli Hills. It means towards the Aravalli Hills, this Thar Desert is located to the leeward side. Leeward side means winds blowing side. It means from the Aravalli Mountains. Winds blowing towards this side, right? So that is called leeward side. So where is the Thar Desert? Thar Desert is located on the leeward side of Aravalli Hills. So what is the speciality? What is the importance of this Thar Desert region? So it receives very little rainfall. Generally, all desert regions receives very little rainfall. Like that, Thar Desert also receives very little rainfall. So what is the annual rainfall here? Here the annual rainfall is 100 to 150 millimeters per year. 100 to 150 millimeters rainfall receives this Thar Desert region per year. So that is a very little rainfall compared to other regions. So first of all, already you know desert region is totally covered with sand. So this region also, it is an undulating sandy plain region. It is first of all, it is which kind of landform? It is a plain kind of landform. So this region is entirely covered with sand. That is why this region is undulating sandy plain region, and also there are some rocky outcrops are there in this region. So just now we have learned this region is located to the leeward side of Aravalli Hills. In which state? In which Indian state this Thar Desert is located? So this Thar Desert is located in the western Rajasthan, in the state of Rajasthan. See, here is the Rajasthan state. This is the Rajasthan state. This is the map of our country. This is the Rajasthan state. Especially, it is located in the much of western Rajasthan. This is western Rajasthan. Entire this western Rajasthan region is covered with Thar Desert. So this Thar Desert occupies much of the western Rajasthan. So how is this region? It has an arid climate. What is arid climate? Arid climate means it is a dry climate region. Dry climate means almost no rains in that region. It receives very little rainfall. So such type of climate is called arid climate. So arid climate means it receives very little rainfall. When there is very little rainfall, there is no chance to grow trees. That is why in this region we have find very low vegetation. It means we can find only small kind of trees like lichens. That kind of trees only we can find. So it means the Thar Desert region it has an arid climate. Because of that arid climate, it is covered with very low vegetation. And what about streams in this region? Streams appear only in the rainy season. Streams appear in this region during rainy season only. Immediately they disappear. There is only one river in this region. Do you know what is the name of that river? Luni. Luni is the only river in this region. So just like see, if you see here, this is the Luni river. Here is the Luni river. In In which state it is? It is in the state of Rajasthan. This is Luni river. This is the only river appears in this region. So tell me, what is the name of the river in the state of, in the region of Thar desert? Luni is the only river in this Thar desert. Okay. Now let us learn about the next major relief division of our country, that is the coastal plains. So dear students, if you observe the India map carefully, here on the west side of our country and on the east side of our country, you will find two seas. On the west side of our country we have Arabian Sea. On the east side of our country we have Bay of Bengal. So this is Peninsula Plateau. The southern part of the Peninsula Plateau, it is bordered by narrow coastal strips. See, these are called narrow coastal strips. This is bordered by narrow coastal strips along the Arabian Sea, along the Bay of Bengal. These are called coastal plains. So on the west side and on the east side we have narrow coastal strips. Where are these narrow coastal strips? On the west side along the Arabian Sea, on the east side along the Bay of Bengal. So these are called coastal plains. So these coastal plains, they are classified into two types. Now where do we find two coastal plains? On the west side and on the east side. So that is why the coastal plains are classified into two parts: western coastal plains and eastern coastal plains. So western coastal plains, how they are formed? So these western coastal plains are also called Arabian Sea plains. Arabian Sea plains, because these are formed because of these are located along the Arabian Sea. So what about eastern coastal plains? These are also called Bay of Bengal plains. What they are called? Bay of Bengal plains. So what is the other name of western coastal plains? Arabian Sea plains. What is the other name of eastern coastal plains? Bay of Bengal plains. So first let us learn about the western coastal plains. They are starting from, western coastal plains are starting from Rann of Kutch. This is the starting point of the western coastal plains. And what is the ending point of the western coastal plains? Kanyakumari. So here you see, this is the Rann of Kutch. This is Rann of Kutch in the state of Gujarat. This is the starting point of western coastal plains and it ends at Kanyakumari. So from this entire region is western coastal plains region. So tell me, where is the starting point of the western coastal plain? Rann of Kutch is the starting point and ends at Kanyakumari. And it is narrower than the eastern coast. See, if you observe, this is eastern coastal region. It is wider. But see, western coastal region, it is narrower. So that is why western coastal plain region is narrow region than the eastern coastal plains. So western coastal plains is narrower than the eastern coastal plains region. So this western coastal plains region, it is classified into three parts, that is Konkan coast, Canara coast and Malabar coast. So what are the three parts? One is Konkan coast, Canara coast and Malabar coast. Where is Konkan coast? Konkan coast is the northernmost part of the western coastal plain. Konkan coast is the northernmost part of the western coastal plain. Just now we have learned western coastal plain starts from Rann of Kutch and ends at Kanyakumari. Konkan coast is the northern part. Northern part means this is northern part. So next Canara coast is the middle part and next Malabar coast is the southern part. So there are three parts. Western coastal plains are classified into three parts. One is northern part, middle part and southern part. Which is northern part? Konkan coast is the northern part. Middle part, Canara coast. Southern part, Malabar coast. So where is this Konkan coast? Konkan coast mainly touches the states of Maharashtra, Mainly this touches Maharashtra and Goa. Maharashtra and Goa. What about Kerala coast? It mainly situated in the state of Karnataka. So this is the middle part of the western coastal plain. Next, southern part of the western coastal plain, and finally this is already you know it is the state of Kerala. So have you understand? Western coastal plains are classified into three parts. One is Konkan coast. Next, Malabar Kerala coast, and third Malabar coast, or northern part, middle part, southern part. Northern part means Konkan coast. It is in the state of Maharashtra and Goa. Middle part is Kerala coast. It is in the state of Karnataka. Southern part is the Malabar coast. It is in the state of Kerala. So this is information about western coastal plains. Now let us learn about the eastern coastal plains. Just now we have learned eastern coastal plains, or also called Bay of Bengal plains. It starts from river Mahanadi. Where is river Mahanadi? In the state of Odisha. It starts from the Mahanadi river in Odisha and situated up to Kaveri Delta in the state of Tamil Nadu. See here, where is Mahanadi river? Here is Mahanadi river in the state of Odisha. It starts, eastern coastal plain starts from Mahanadi to Kaveri Delta. See here is Kaveri Delta in the state of Tamil Nadu. So they are located from Mahanadi river to Kaveri Delta. All this plains region is eastern coastal plains region. So if you observe here, western coastal plains and eastern coastal plains, these are narrower. Western coastal plains are narrower. These are broader. Eastern coastal plains are wide. Wide means they are broader than the western coastal plains. Now tell me, which coastal plains are broader? Eastern coastal plains are broader. Which coastal plains are narrower? Western coastal plains are narrower than the eastern coastal plains. What about eastern coastal plains? Eastern coastal plains are wider than the western coastal plains. Like the western coastal plains, eastern coastal plains are also classified into three parts. What are the three parts? Utkal coast, Sarkar coast, and Coromandel coast. Here, which is the northern part? Utkal coast is the northern part, Sarkar coast is the middle part, Coromandel coast is the southern part. Utkal coast is located in the state of Odisha. Sarkar coast located in the state of Andhra Pradesh. Coromandel coast is located in the state of Tamil Nadu. So this is the information about western coastal plains and eastern coastal plains. So here these deltas, all these deltas, like the Indo-Gangetic plains, all these deltas are agriculturally developed regions. All these delta regions, what is the specialty of all these delta regions? Like the Indo-Gangetic plains. What about Indo-Gangetic plains? It is agriculturally developed region. Like the Indo-Gangetic plains, these deltas are agriculturally developed. So especially these coastal regions, western coastal plains, all these Konkan coast, Canara coast, Malabar coast, Utkal, Sarkar and Coromandel coast, all these coastal zones are very famous for rich fishing resources. Large amount of fishes are available in this region. Most of the people, they depended on fishing in this region. So coastal zones are very famous for rich fishing resources. So what are the important features of these coastal plains? Important feature of this coastal plains is there are some lakes are there. The important lakes in this region is Chilka Lake is one of the important lake, and next Kolleru and Pulikkad. Kolleru, Pulikkad. What are these? These are lakes, important lakes in the coastal region. Tell you what are the important lakes? Chilka Lake. Where is this Chilka? In the state of Odisha. And what about Kolleru and Pulikkad? Between AP and Tamil Nadu, right? So these are the important features of coastal zones. Tell me what are the important lakes? Chilka, Kolleru and Pulikkad Lake. So this is the information about the coastal plains. And now we are going to learn about the last major division of our country, that is the islands. Okay? important groups of islands in our country. First of all, what is island? A piece of land surrounded by water is called island. So in our country we have two groups of islands are there. One is Lakshadweep Islands and Andaman and Nicobar Islands. So what are the two groups of islands in our country? Andaman and Nicobar Islands and Lakshadweep Islands. Where are these two? Andaman and Nicobar Islands are stretched in the Bay of Bengal. They are stretched in Bay of Bengal. What about Lakshadweep Islands? They are stretched in Arabian Sea. See here, this is Bay of Bengal. These are Andaman and Nicobar Islands. This is Arabian Sea. These islands are Lakshadweep Islands. So tell me, where are these islands? Andaman and Nicobar Islands are stretched in Bay of Bengal. Lakshadweep Islands stretched in Arabian Sea. So what is the importance of Andaman and Nicobar Islands? So these Andaman and Nicobar Islands, it is an elevated portion of the submerged mountain part which is running from Myanmar. That is, the name of the mountain is Arkanyoma. You see, this Arkanyoma mountain, actually it is submerged in the Bay of Bengal, but here it is elevated. So here, this is Arkanyoma mountain. Actually this is Myanmar mountain. The name of the mountain is Arkanyoma. So it is submerged in the Bay of Bengal, but in this region it is elevated. So in that way islands are formed in the Bay of Bengal region. So that's why they are called Andaman and Nicobar Islands. So Andaman and Nicobar Islands are the elevated portion of submerged mountain parts. That mountain part is running from Myanmar. The name of the Myanmar mountain is Arkanyoma. So here you can find in the Andaman and Nicobar Islands, you can find two important mountains. The two important islands are, one is Narcondam Island and Barren Islands. Narcondam and Barren Islands, these are the two islands formed due to volcanoes. That is why they are called, they are volcanic origin. How they are formed? They are formed due to volcanoes. So Narcondam and Barren Islands are volcanic origin. So the southernmost tip of India, the another important feature of this Andaman and Nicobar Islands is the southernmost tip of India is located in the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. The southernmost tip of our country is located in the Nicobar Islands. See, these are Andaman Islands, these are Nicobar Islands. So the southernmost tip of our country is located in the Nicobar Islands. The name of the southernmost tip of our country is Indira Point. See, this is Indira Point. Indira Point is the southernmost tip of our country. Southernmost tip of our country is Indira Point, that is located in Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Okay, but unfortunately this Indira Point, it was submerged during 2004 tsunami. Already you know, in the year 2004 there was a great tragedy took place in the world, that is tsunami took place in the year 2004. Unfortunately in that year, this Indira Point, which is known as the southernmost tip of our country, it was submerged during 2004 tsunami. So what about Lakshadweep Islands? Lakshadweep Islands are stretched in Arabian Sea. They are coral origin. The total geographic area of this Lakshadweep Islands is 32 square kilometers. 32 square kilometers is the total geographic area. So this region is, these Lakshadweep Islands are very famous for flora and fauna. It means it is very famous for different kinds of plants and animals. So this is the information about islands, Lakshadweep Islands and Andaman and Nicobar Islands. So these are the 6 major relief divisions, 6 major physiographic divisions of our country, right? So this is the information